Okay, so when you're working with parabolas, sometimes you have to figure out what equation of the parabola you have with parts of the information, but not all of the information. I have two samples here of parabolas. This one here, all of these pieces of information deal with a parabola that goes either this way, a cup or a goblet that holds water or does not hold water. You've seen this equation lots of times. And the other equation is the parabola that goes sideways. And I think of it as either holding the positive numbers or holding the more of the negative numbers. And here's all the pieces of information. The major thing to notice is the squared part. The squared part is always on the right-hand side of the equal sign. But this part has the x squared, this one has the y squared. And that's a big clue when you're trying to determine what parabola you're dealing with. For simplicity, I'm going to call this one type A and this one type B, just so that we can talk about them and refer to them rather quickly. Now, the beginning of this assignment is pretty basic. It's sort of like playing the game of Clue. I'm sure you've played Clue, right? Who did it? The butler with the candlestick in the ballroom or something like that. All right, so here are the two clues that you have for this problem. V is -2, 3, and F is -2, 1. All right, now you're given two pieces of information and you have to find out what parabola am I talking about, and I want you to find the directrix for that piece of information. So, you look at the clues. Now, one thing that's helpful for me is the vertex. In this one is HK, in this one is HK. So the vertex alone is not enough information to determine this puzzle here. But I know that the vertex is H, K in both of them. Now, I notice there's also C, and there's also A. So I need to find all of these pieces of information, H, K, A, and C. If I can find those four pieces of information, I have enough information to solve this problem. So I already know H and K, -2 and 3. Now, here's the hard part, the focus, -2, 1. Is it HK plus C or is it H plus CK? Do you know? If you want, you could stop the video at this point and try and figure it out on your own. Try that. Stop. All right, now we're back. Let's hope you figured it out right. Looking at this focus, I noticed that the first number in both of them is the same. So I look at vertex and focus of these two things. Here, the first number is both H. Here, the first number is H and H plus C, so those are different. So, I know that this is H, so H is -2, and this 1 is K plus C, so I write that right over the 1. That is a big clue. If K plus C equals 1, that's a little equation to solve. Can you solve it? Sure you can. K is 3. So 3 plus C equals 1. C equals -2. -2. Oh, one more piece to find. What is the A? Remember here, A is 1/4C. And C is -2. So A is 1/8, or -1/8. So I have all the parts. We decided that we had type A, right? So that's a clue. Let's give you some more to be able to see what I'm doing here. So we decided that we have type A. We need to find D for type A. So for type A, D, the directrix, is y equals k minus c. Well, that's easy. Y equals, let's do it over here. So y equals k minus c. How about y equals 5? You think that's the answer? Well, it is. So, there we go. Can you see that? All right, let's try another one. Okay, this example is a step harder. Not only do you have to use the two pieces of information you have to find missing parts, but you have to find the whole equation which goes with the missing parts. So let's start off with the first clue. And remember, we need to find H, K, A, and C. You always need to find those parts. You're given the vertex, H and K is easy. But we're not. That's the focus. And I don't know which one it is. I don't have enough clues yet. Oh, the directrix is a clue. X equals negative 6. Let's look at directrix. Y equals K minus C. X equals H minus C. You know which one it is? Type A or type B? Type A or type B? Which one is it? Do you know? I hope you said it's type B. So it's type B, so we'll put a little clue there. So if it's type B, then X equals negative 6, H minus C. So here's one little equation. H minus C equals negative 6. And we have the focus. This is H plus C and K. Oh, I have K. K is 0. So I know H plus C equals 0. Let's write that equation down. H plus C equals 0. Oh, we have a system. Look at that. What happens if I add the system? 2H. What happens to the C's? They're gone. Equals negative 6. Can I solve this? H equals negative 3. Now I have H, negative 3. I don't have C. Oh, I could go back here to one of these. So, H plus C equals 0. So, negative 3 plus C equals 0. Oh, C has to be 3. All right, C is 3. I need A. Remember? A, 1 over 4C, that's the same for both. A, 1 over 4C. So 1/12. All right, so I have all the pieces of information there. Now I need to write the equation. Which type do we have? All right, so let's just write the equation. So let me erase this little piece here so we have some room. I'm going to copy down the equation I have to use. Remember, we determined type B, so it's X minus H equals A times Y minus K squared. So I have H, so X minus negative 3 equals 1/12 Y minus 0 squared. Let's rewrite that as, I'll write it over here, X plus 3 equals 1/12 Y squared. That is the answer. Can you see it? 1/12 Y squared. Oops, I made a little mistake there. All right, 1/12 Y squared. Now, once you get your answer, make sure it looks in this form. Sometimes you'll do the solving and your Y squared will be on the wrong side, so just rearrange it. So, it's a little guessing game, like the game of Clue. Use what you have, determine the type of equation it is, and then find all the parts, A, H, K, A, and C, and you should be fine. You can do this.